Roll call.
Mrs. Servant.
Here.
Mrs. Atkinson.
Here.
Mrs. Beltran.
Here.
Mr. Murphy.
Here.
Mr. Kelleher.
Here.
Mrs. Winkler.
Here. Now we're going to do the flag salute. Okay, so I'm going to move right on to Mrs. Pedrosa's report.
Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight? A little bit more energy. It's happy 100 days of school. Did you know that? I'm sure there were lots of festivities at the elementary schools, and as you probably know, the high school had been getting ready for their new semester. So congratulations to the second half of school. As you probably all are aware, it's been a very cold, bitterly cold, and challenging winter. For me, it's probably one of the hardest decisions I have to make, whether I close school or keep it open, but I want you to know that I always make those decisions on keeping our students and our staff safe. With that being said, you will see that there is a new proposed calendar that the board is going to approve this evening. It is due to the 2 snow days. We did have one built-in snow day, but sometimes we were building them in, and we haven't had snowstorms like the past one since 2016. Unfortunately, with that being said, you'll see that now the last day of school has been moved back by 1 day. It is now Friday, June 19th. With that being said, if there is any additional snow days, we'll have to discuss it as a board, and then we will have to adjust the calendar accordingly. I don't know if you saw what the groundhog said, but I think he's calling for more winter. I'm hopeful that perhaps those days will move beyond us and we will jump right into spring. The calendar is going to be shared with the community tomorrow. We'll do it through a thrill share. Mr. Roberts will put it on our website once it is board approved. And so thank you so much for your support and certainly your understanding. I also want to bring up some upcoming dates. As you know, March is a very exciting time. We will be celebrating at the end of February, Read Across America. We will be in our schools on Friday, February 27th, and we're excited because this special day is dedicated to fostering the love of reading and highlighting the importance of literacy and education. There's going to be a lot of activities, and I'm always going to encourage you to go to our website because our publicity people do such a fantastic job of highlighting all the wonderful things that go on in our schools. I also want to ask you to please make sure you spread the word about Kinder Prep. That is the time that we will be introducing our new class that will be joining us in September, and that is going to be March 3rd, 2026. It will be hosted at Ridgeway School, which is across the way, and it will start at 6 o'clock. So thank you so much, and I'm going to turn the meeting back to Mrs. Winkler. Okay, I think she does that.
What?
Master Sergeant?
Yeah. Next is our military ambassador, Senior Master Sergeant Gaylor.
Good evening. Nothing really significant to report this evening. I just want to thank the district and the board for all your support for the military community and all of our military-connected students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, our student government rep, Julia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Saxton. I'm the SGA Executive Vice President at Manchester Township High School. I'm here to provide you and the board with important information regarding the events that have been happening at MTHS since the last meeting. We have had many fundraisers to spread some love and care this Valentine's Day with our chorus doing their annual singing grams. Our classes are in full action, starting the new semester strong. Seniors are preparing for their 100 Nights dinner March 11th and are currently collecting donations. Seniors were asked to vote between Midnight Paradise and A Night in Vegas as the prom theme. The winning theme was Midnight Paradise.
Wow.
Juniors are actively planning a few fundraisers to help with their prom, and their prom theme is a black tie affair. Sophomores had their barbecues fundraiser on February 11th, Burger 25 on February 25th, and will sell St. Patrick's Lucky Grams in March. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to represent the MTHS student government at this board meeting this evening. I'm truly honored to be here with with all of you and to have the opportunity to fill you in on everything our city government has been working on.
Our pleasure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Now, what everybody's here for is the student recognition with Mrs. Pedrosa.
Okay. So we'll begin with MTES, and I think Hannah is here. So congratulations to February Student of the Month, Hannah. Come up and join Mrs. Healy. Meet Hannah. She's one of our outstanding preschool dragons. Hannah is and look at this smile. Can you smile for everybody? Look at that face and those dimples. We are so lucky to have her in our district and certainly the dragon of MTS. Congratulations, Hannah. We have our certificate. We're going to get a certificate. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Okay, you show it to everybody. Now big smiles, okay? Let's give her another round of applause. Congratulations. We'll continue with the honors for Ridgeway Elementary School. And I believe Ms. People, is Marnie here? Okay, we got a lot of cuteness here. Marnie is an exemplary student who leads with integrity, kindness, and empathy. She often takes on the role of classroom project manager. But she knows she's not getting paid for that, right, Ms. People? That's okay. Showing strong leadership and teamwork. Every morning, Marnie warms our hearts by welcoming a younger classmate who feels hesitant about school, offering a hug and a beautiful smile. Can you show everybody your big girl smile? Oh my goodness, she's so cute. Our kids are kind and cute. Okay, we'll continue with Whiting Elementary School. And Mrs. Swift, is Joe here? Okay, come on up, Joe. So Joe is being honored because he has exemplary talent in art. And he has done what he is, this project which is called Silhouette, which is a seasonal project. It's about 1 week. And he presented his teacher with the very same completed project he made at home with his own supplies. You got a great smile too. Mrs. Fisher put that up there. So not only is he creative, but he's friendly. Are you a future artist in the making? Okay. I believe that. I appreciate that. Let's give him a nice round of applause. On the stage. You just never know, right? Okay, here we're going to continue with the cuteness from Regional Day School. And I think I saw Andrew there. Mrs. McCallum, is Andrew here? Okay. Let me tell you something, Mrs. McCallum. I read this, and that first line is so true. Andrew has really come out of his great leaders on our basketball teams. They work just as hard in the classroom as they do in the athletic arena, and we congratulate both of them as well. Big smiles, guys. Nice work. Nice work. Thank you so much. We're going to continue with the Key Club students. Are the Key Club students here? I see Mr. Hoffman saying yes. Key Club students, come on up. Come on. So this is Key Club and Impact. Am I correct in saying that? Is it
Okay.
mostly Key Club? So these students actually coordinated a huge endeavor. So if you're not familiar with Key Club, they actually volunteer to help with what we call the Code Blue operation. So we're proud to recognize the students for leading a district-wide initiative, Code Blue. Does somebody want to explain what Code Blue is up here? Don't all volunteer away.
Well, we all passed the big box coming in, it was the code blue box.
So Code Blue is an organization where we help give donations out to the homeless people and shelters during the winter season, so like jackets, blankets, gloves, hats, glove warmers, whatever we can give them to help stay warm during this time.
Excellent, and thank you for that explanation. The other thing I want you to understand is they coordinated this with all the schools. So it started with bringing over the other schools to the high school to create, first of all, a strategic plan of what you're going to be getting from each building. Then also making sure we had something large enough, because the items that you're looking for are pretty big, right? And then obviously also they worked in coordination, and then of course there was snow on top of that, so we kept pushing the date back. But you were able to get those items to those locations to make sure that it was there for when they needed it, which was the very cold, blustery days that we had. So thank you very much. Yes. You guys opened another location, right? St. Mary's, yes. So listen, our kids are extremely academic focused, but even more than anything, they have great heart. And they volunteer and they go above and beyond. And this shows a group of children coming together to organize very selflessly something for the homeless, for people that are in need. And then they extended it beyond Manchester, which I think is just kudos to all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And now we're going to do a cheese, okay? Big cheese here, like Andrew. Team photo. I want to make sure I get the next name correctly. Am I right? No, Mr. Holzer. Commander, come on up. Come on up. Is it Meany? Meany? So our athlete is Evan. I didn't see Evan. Is Evan here? Don't try to hide from me, Evan. You know, I'll tell you what. So we have Evan and Meany, and they are our February athletes of the month, and we have their coach with them, which is Coach Holzer. So a first-year freshman Lady Hawk wrestler. Is that awesome? She earned her first varsity win at 100 pounds in the girls' dual match against Delcia on February 3rd. She continues to set the tone in practice through her work ethic and her leadership, and congratulations to you. Evan is just exceptional. He continues to excel in indoor track, winning the 2026 Ocean County High Jump title and Group 2 NJSIA Relay title, while also capturing Ocean County Relay titles in the long jump and the high jump. Congratulations to him. And also, if this wasn't enough, he won the NJSIAA Group 2 South Jersey High Jump title on Sunday. Now, while we have it up here, guys, congratulations and all the best as you continue, okay? So I'm going to do a shameless plug. Somehow this got in my presentation. 20,
Kindergarten?
20, okay.
13,
Did we talk about math today?
Oh my God, let's not go.
Mr. We talked about that.
38, 39.
Okay, Sarah, what do you think? Ski bump, is it 20? Thank you. 2033.
No.
Just people. Where are we at?
13 years?
Okay, 13 years, we'll be celebrating that at graduation. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to end with is the importance of Read Across America. It is Dr. Seuss's birthday, and so we're going to end with a quote. The more that you read, the more things you know, the more that you learn, the more places you will go. So the point of this is just keep reading, and maybe do some math too. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful evening, and we will continue our presentation. But if anybody wants to leave to go home and get to bed or do baths, we understand that. Come on, we asked Fred, you would know.
Frank was right. Frank was
I
right.
didn't hear him.
Yeah.
I might have to put
Anybody
my
knows
hearing aid
Fred?
on.
Okay. Hi. I just noticed you out there.
We're still trying to figure out if this is the 50th year celebration of the high school.
That's right.
They don't want to tell Alex. They don't want Alex to. That's good.
Okay. Okay, moving along. Now, next to the report of the business administrator.
All right, first one, just a quick budget update. The governor's address is typically scheduled for the last Tuesday of February, which will be next week. It does sound like they are giving her an extension of time to kind of get a little acclimated. So it looks like the governor's address will now be March 10th, which means the district will not have its state aid until about March 12th. Currently, the budget deadline for the tentative budget is March 19th, but we believe it's going to get pushed back to March 26th. So that may affect our March board meeting. We may need to move that depending on what the date of the budget submission is. So we'll follow up with that. As far as what we're hearing, we're not really hearing much on state aid at this point. What they're telling us right now is to budget 20 to 25% less in federal aid. The other thing that's going to have a pretty good impact on the budget next year is what they're telling us to project for health insurance for next year in the state health plan. They're telling us to budget for 30% increases on the medical and 45% increases on the prescription. This is on top of a 30+% increase this year. So that's going to have a significant impact on our budget next year and budget development. We're hoping to get another update before the final budget is due in May. Because obviously, increases like this are not sustainable in any budget, school budget, municipal budget. This is not something specific to school districts. Municipalities are dealing with this. Colleges are dealing with this. Just health insurance, private or state, we're not hearing increases less than 25%. So this is not, specific to the state plan or school districts, but these are, tremendous increases when, health benefits in our district, it's about a $13 million line item in our budget. So these kinds of increases, you're looking at a $2.5 to $3 million increase in just that benefit, just health benefits alone. So we're continuing to work through the budget process, looking at ways we can make reductions and have as little impact on students and staff as possible, making sure we can keep our programming, athletics, all those things. So we're doing everything we can to keep those, but we won't know for sure where we sit until we get our state aid numbers on March 12th. There's an item on the agenda that could be very significant to our district and other districts in Ocean County. There is a Senate bill out there, it's Senate Bill S-115. What this Senate bill would do, if it's approved, is it will set up a county consortium for this is just for Ocean County, with regard to non-public students in Ocean County. What it would be, it's a 3-year pilot program. They would set up a consortium, and instead of the school districts being responsible for aid and lieu payments, the Department of Education would send that money directly to the consortium, and it would no longer be the responsibility of the school district. And they will be responsible for providing transportation or making aid and lieu payments, which we are currently responsible for. In our budget next year for 26-27, we're projecting about $1.4 million in these payments. So I don't know if this legislation is going to pass in time for next year's budget, but potentially for budgets down the road, that would allow the district to pull that expense out of our budget. So it's very important legislation for 3 districts in Ocean County right now. Lakewood, Jackson, and Manchester are the ones that are seeing the larger populations of non-publics. There are obviously some other towns that have it as well. But we're hoping this bill gets support. It does sound like from some of the people that we talk to that it will. I just don't know if it'll be in place for next year. So we have a resolution on the agenda supporting the legislation that we will send out to all of our representatives and politicians. And if you guys can support it as well, just reach out to your local politicians and just tell them that you support this bill, and that will have a significant impact to our district if it's passed. That's my report.
Okay, does anybody have public comment on agenda items only? Okay, moving on. Any board member reports? Okay, is there any old business? Or any correspondence?
There's no old business and no correspondence.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move to section A, numbers 1 to 4, and, oh wait, hold on, B, all of these.
Going A through E.
Yeah, A to E.
I'm sorry, A through F.
A through F. Okay, A through F. Can we get a motion?
Motion. Second.
I was going to ask which one you want to say. Any discussion? Mrs. Servant?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
I'll abstain from A2 because I was not here for the organization meeting.
Number 2. And yes to the rest?
Oh, no, good, okay.
Mr. Kelleher?
I'm going to abstain from A2. I was not here for the January 21st meeting, but yes for everything else.
And Mrs. Wengler?
I'm going to abstain from B, number 2, and yes to everything else.
Okay.
Okay. Section 2, administrative, numbers 1 through 7. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Any conversation? Okay.
All right, Mr. Servant?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher?
Yes.
And Mrs. Wengler?
Yes. Okay, personnel numbers 1 through 28. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call.
Mrs. Servant?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher?
Yes, I'm going to abstain for number 19.
And Mrs. Wengler?
Yes. Student personnel numbers 1 and 2. Can I get a motion?
Second.
Okay, Craig. He's writing it down. Any discussion? Okay, can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servant?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher?
Yes, I'm going to abstain from number 27.
What's that? No, this is the, yeah, we're on student personnel, 1 and 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, not my glasses.
Okay.
Yes on all.
Okay, then Mrs. Wingo.
Yes. All right, special services, numbers 1 and 2. Can I get a motion? Any discussion? Can we get a roll call, please?
Sure, and just to give you an update on item 2, two of these students have withdrawn or completed, and 2 of them are temporarily, have temporarily withdrawn from the programs and will be reassigned once a new program is found. Mr. Servadac?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher?
Yes.
And Mrs. Wingler?
Yes. All right, athletics, numbers 1 and 2. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Any discussion? Can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servadac?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher?
Yes.
And Mrs. Wingler?
Yes. All right, section 3 is finance, numbers 1 through 5. Can I get a motion? Any discussion? Can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Servadac?
Yes.
Mrs. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Beltran?
Yes.
Mr. Merkin?
Yes.
Mr. Kelleher?
Yes.
And Mrs. Wingler?
Yes. At this time, does anybody have any public comments? Okay. So I guess we're moving to a motion to adjourn.